The goat is finally here, and it's time to crack into this box. Hey guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork.com, and yes, today is the day. We have the Capra in studio. We're going to be unboxing this thing, seeing what you get inside of the box here from, of course, Axial Racing. Horizon Hobby is also on this box, which is a little bit new. So we're going to be taking a look around the box, see what comes inside the box, and also see what you need to get a hold of to get this thing actually functioning. Because yes, this is a kit version of this brand new Capra. Alright, so first things first, what the hell is a Capra? Well, Capra translated, I guess, means goat of some sort, mountain goat maybe, but it's a 1.9 unlimited trail buggy. This, of course, I mentioned this is a kit version, but 1/10 scale electric 4-wheel drive. And of course, you have those great looks there of a King of the Hammers type of buggy. And a lot of people say this thing looks like the Bomber. Well, this is definitely a little bit smaller than the Bomber. This is still 1/10 scale, but it uses 1.9 inch wheels. So that's kind of the classification there. 2.2 on the Bomber, 1.9 on this Capra. Moreover, this is completely designed from the ground up. This is no kind of parts bin type of build. Of course, Axial Racing, there's still a couple of great designers there at Axial Racing, but partner now with Horizon, they have some pretty cool tricks up their sleeve, and we'll be getting to that a little bit later on in this video series. Like, a lot of the parts are being actually molded where they make the low-seat vehicles. So we'll start to see a little bit better rod ends, shocks, and those type of things in this build. Flipping it around to the back side of the box here, one of the most notable things about this Capra is the use of portal axles, and a very appropriate use of portal axles in this kind of rock buggy here. So this has kind of been the couple of years of portals, it seems like, in the scale market, but I think on the Capra here, it's definitely well deserved. Now, a couple other things that we're seeing on here: high pinion gears, so you're getting all steel gears throughout the vehicle. Transmission, all of the diffs, everything is steel. So you don't have to worry about replacing little bits and pieces of plastic. And of course, this is a kit version. I think I've said that like 3 times now. Other notables on the back side of the box here, you do get a dig transmission. That basically means you can kind of control which axles are live. So I'll be going over that a little bit more in the build. Also, some 3-piece plastic beadlock wheels. These are officially licensed from Raceline, and you do get a pretty good skid plate right here with some boat sides, kind of the hiccup of the Bomber. I added those scalar fab ones, if you remember that. This actually has it included, and they're plastic, so they'll slide quite nicely over the rocks. Now, did I mention this is a kit version? Yeah, that's number 4 there. Stainless steel pivot balls. No more of those plastic axial pivot balls. So we're getting some good quality. Also a different color here. These are gray versus the black ones that we've seen in the past. Like I said, some of these parts are now molded in the Losi factory, which is pretty nice. 6mm stainless steel links throughout. What I've heard, they are right hand and left hand threaded. So this will be new to a lot of scalers out there. You have to actually start building turnbuckles. So right here, large bore aluminum shocks. I heard that these shocks have been greatly improved over the previous gen axial shocks, and of course universal axle set that you would expect to find on a kit version. Another bits of features, you do get an included LED light bar. That's a pretty cool little item to be included into the kit. You do get a metal inserted plastic servo horn, 23 tooth. I'll have to see if there's other versions included in this. ESC receiver tray, realistic interior, grille, and headlight buckets. No LEDs are included for the headlight buckets, but you got the headlight buckets included. A couple of the notable dimensions: 17 inches in length, 10.25 width. You have a height of 8.25, wheelbase 12.5. So just a little bit longer wheelbase than your traditional scalar truck out there. Ground clearance at 3.0 inches, and a total weight of the kit only version, I don't believe this includes any electronics, is 4 pounds. So opening the Axial Capra, let's crack into this thing and see what we get. Alright, so starting with bag A over here, it looks like we have a whole axle assembly. Not sure if this is the front or the rear. Judging by it, it looks like it's, I don't know. we'll have to dive more into that. I am seeing universals in here, so this is definitely the front. So looks like some good heft to it, and we're seeing that first look of those XR with portal axles, so this will be pretty nice. Also included in here, it looks like you have some different greases and maybe some sort of lube in there too, so nice little touch that they're adding that in. You don't have to buy that separate. Bag B, I would assume, is the rear axle, since I already narrowed down the other one. Lots of gears in there that we're seeing, of course, for the portal boxes that do the gear reduction, so you get a little bit more torque out of this thing. C is the first time that we're looking at the actual shocks. Now these are threaded body aluminum shocks. I'm seeing some shock oil in there. I believe I saw 35 weight is what the shock oil is, and no more of those explosive axial shock oil containers. If you guys remember those, I've had several of those explode on my workbench here. So nice look at the shocks. All right, the D bag, we have all of the stainless steel links, and we are seeing a center hole in this. This is so that you can adjust it or have some ease of turning these things onto the new rod ends that I'm seeing. Also seeing a axle mounted servo mount right there, and then also a look at that servo horn. It looks like there might be inserts that you put inside of there, and I am seeing several different inserts in here, including a 23 tooth. There's another one, I can't quite see it. Also, those stainless steel pivot balls. Nice, nice, nice. We haven't seen that on an axial kit yet. The E-bag, we're looking at some of the transmission parts, the skid plates, some bearings, and all the bits and pieces, of course, the transmission and that dig unit. I'm seeing that little piece right there to activate the dig unit, and also some slipper pads are inside of there as well. F-bag is the Wild Bore HD drive shafts. I believe that's what it's called. So lots of steel parts, but also the plastic splined pieces that we know and love. The G bag has pretty much all of the rest of the plastic. So bits and pieces of the cage, the fuel cell right there. I'm seeing the front little fender pieces and everything else. Also the Lexan interior is inside of this G bag. H bag, we're seeing all of the pre-cut body panels. You can really see how small this vehicle is, of course, compared to the Bomber. This is the hood right here. We're seeing maybe 3.5 inches by maybe 4.5 inches right there, so a little bit smaller, and also some pull tabs, and then of course all of the bits and pieces to put together the panels onto the cage system. First look of the Raceline plastic bead lock wheels. Looks like we have some aluminum hexes in there as well, other bits and pieces to put these wheels together. Of course, these are bead locks, so you do have to put them together on your choice of tires. We do have the cage assembly right there. It looks like left and right hand side, and of course those boat sides that I mentioned. And last but not least, the Capra owner's manual. I'm seeing some signification here of Horizon and Axial. Very nice touch. And of course we have the decal sticker sheets right here for the interior, and then of course the exterior with your choices of colors, having that kind of red, silver, and blue theme going on. So you just picked up your brand new Capra from Axial Racing, and it's time to outfit it with some great electronics and of course some tires to get this thing sticking to the rocks. Now in my build review, I'll go over all specific items, including what sizes and capacities of different items you'll need. But this is a look at just generally what you'll need to complete your Capra. You'll need a full set of tires, including foams. You'll need a steering servo. You'll need an ESC, a motor, a good battery, a receiver, a dig servo, and finally a radio system to get this thing all powered up and running. Now in my build review, which is the next video in this series, I'll go over all the specific items, including different tools, Loctite, Lexan paint, and other things that you will need to complete this build. Well guys, that is my first look at the brand new Axial Racing Capra. I can't wait to dive into this building, really get this thing built up and up to the RC Network spec. Can't wait to also run this thing and show exactly what it can do. Now I am going to build this thing to go fast, so stay tuned and let's see how we can get this thing going. As always, I would love to hear from you. If you have a comment or a question about the Capra from Axial Racing, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below this video. Well guys, that is it for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now guys, over and out.